I left the country soon. I left the country soon after, and I haven't spoken to them since.
You're listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers with your hosts Greg Behrendt and Kane Holloway.
Welcome to the show, 101 episodes. We're back.
Yeah, this is the big 101.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one everyone's looking forward to.
Absolutely. The one after 100. We know.
Yeah. That's when this year really gets good.
Oh, man. We got a good show. I mean, we do have a good show. This is also coming off the heels of our workshop that we had last Sunday.
Yeah, which was great.
Thank you to everybody who came out to the workshop. And for filling it up so fast, too. Like all the seats that we had available, they were gone in the week we put up the link.
Yeah.
So I was really happy about that. Everyone that came and shared and was vulnerable. And, you know, we touched on a lot of really serious topics. And also whenever we did make jokes, everyone felt like that levity. It was a nice break of the tension. And everybody that came also like helped each other out. That's what when we talk about it in the workshop, but like when you're there, we encourage crosstalk, and a lot of people that come to the workshop want to help the other attendees. And it was a really great way to spend a Sunday, I think.
Yeah, there was a lot of dialogue. There was a lot of, and there's a lot of good. The great thing is that, you know, sometimes people know something that Kane and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we got some great feedback from people for each other. A lot of love, a lot of support. Yeah, really fun. I mean, ultimately our goal is to start doing those things live.
Yeah.
You know, to have a live workshop, which is really a blast.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I've done them before, but this was really good. And so we probably won't wait too long to do another one.
Yeah. And
you know, maybe look at doing something in November or early December.
Yeah, and we're looking into we got several messages, at least I know I got a couple messages of listeners who want to have some sort of social platform to talk to each other who listen to the show. So we're also working out what's the best platform to have like a Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers community. So stay tuned for that. I'm working on trying to get that up and running so you guys can all get together and say, hey, I'm not taking bullshit from fuckers this week. Anyone else? I think that's a great way to check it, because we do that with each other whenever we do this podcast. We come with fuckers and bullshit. And so, a lot of cool things coming up. And we thank you guys for being a part of it and for listening all the way up to 100 episodes.
Yeah, I don't know what compels you.
No.
And this would be a great time to get off the bus.
Yeah. It's all downhill from here, my friend.
Yeah.
It's like the end of Speed. We're trying to figure out how to get off without having to hit the brakes.
I mean, how many times do you hear people celebrating their 200th episode? At that point, people don't fucking care.
Yeah, people are like, oh my God, how many more of this can we hear?
Yeah, no, just wait until it's 1,000.
Yeah. We have a question sent in. It was actually emailed in to Greg, but they wanted to have it read on the show. And it says, hey, Greg, I have a question for the podcast. I'm a 37-year-old woman, and I am afraid I'll end up single forever. I've had a number of LTRs, long-term relationships that didn't work out, and so I'm still looking for a life partner. The older I get, I'm finding that I'm putting up with more things I wouldn't have put up with when I was younger. E.g., a guy invited me over when his apartment is dirty. Clean your apartment. It's the simplest way.
I remember once going to a girl's place, and her room was a fucking disaster.
Ew.
Panties on the floor.
Gross.
I mean, it was just like, I was like, wow, you let me in here.
Yeah.
Why did you let me in here? The bed was all unmade, and not only that, but like the sheets were halfway off the mattress. You know, when you can see mattress.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see your mattress. I don't want to see your mattress.
Ew, when like the fitted sheet is like flipped up, like something violent happened to flip it up off the corner, and now it's just like you can see half the mattress,
Oh, it's the worst.
and you just don't fix it. You're not hot or charming enough to get away with a dirty apartment.
No, because it just looks a messy bedroom really looks like depression.
It does. It does.
It really does look like depression.
Yeah, and it looks like I was some sort of last ditch effort to make yourself happy. You want to come back to my place and there's fucking flies buzzing around a full sink, with dirty ass dishes with spaghetti, old crusty week-long spaghetti stains around the edge because you turn the faucet on and the water only hit the middle of the plate. Ew.
So weird.
And overlooking my instincts when I'm sensing that LTR with someone I'm dating will never work. For instance, recently I dated a guy who often complained about being suffocated by his mom. Yet he still talked and texted with her all the time. With me, he was very particular about his personal space and setting boundaries with his time. I liked other things about him. He was warm, kind, thoughtful, planned fun dates for us, and was communicative. So I stuck around for a few months hoping that his quirks about boundaries would change the more he got to know me, and I realized I was not his mother, and I would not suffocate him. Nevertheless, he broke up with me for what I think are bogus reasons, e.g., that I have an earlier work schedule than him and like to go to bed at 10:30, but he wants to stay up till midnight and watch TV with me. Or that I like to have sex more often than him, even though I said I was happy to be flexible to his frequency preferences. Okay, so like you want to fuck me too much and you go to bed way too early. So you gotta get going.
Yeah, I'm doing this old man thing here where I like to sit up and watch TV. So if you want to join me in that, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's see. To me, reasons like these are excuses for him to not be in a relationship because of his own fears. Or maybe he has a fantasy of what an ideal relationship should look like, and he doesn't understand that no one will ever perfectly achieve that for him. I will also add that the breakup came a couple weeks after he invited me to meet his immediate and extended family at a holiday. On one hand, I feel blindsided, but I also know that my instincts told me early on that this would happen. Anyway, how do I know if I'm being too flexible and wasting my time with a man? Perhaps my biggest dilemma is how do I keep my fear of ending up single from interfering with my judgment when dating? At 37, it feels harder and harder to give up any relationship that has good in it because I fear that another good person won't come along. Feel free to use my question, but please don't use my name. Thanks. Anonymous.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. People wondering if they're settling, you know? I mean, fucking is a problem. If there's no fucking going on, especially this early on,
yeah,
it's a problem.
Fuck, eat, fuck,
somebody's super attached to their mom, it's a problem.
Attached to
you're not an adult.
Yeah, super attached to any family figure to the point that it drives your decisions. And then like Natasha said, if you wouldn't have sex with your mom, which is gross, don't have emotional incest. And if you're looking for a woman who's like who you want to be on top of you all the time, and then they don't do that, which is also kind of bizarre that he wants a woman to suffocate him, yet this girl wants to be with him all the time. She like, I want to have sex all the time. I want to be with you. Come lay in bed with me. And he's like, no. So these are, I mean, he's not good. He's obviously not a good pick.
No, and it look, if you can see their mattress, they're not right for you.
No. Yeah, no. At 37, I know we touched on this in the workshop. There are a few, sort of the running theme of last workshop was people feeling like they're fundamentally unlovable, which is not true. And there's this thing of we're all worried about our age at different points in time. When I was 28, I was worried about being 30. Now I'm 35 and I'm just sort of coasting along till 40. But and so we're all worried about our age and what we have to accomplish and how we could all die tomorrow and be alone and lonely. That still doesn't mean that you should settle in an awful relationship that you don't like, that you're not excited about, and that the complaint is there's too much intimacy. and he breaks up with you over that because you're giving too much. You're too giving. I can't take how much giving you have. What are you, Santa? Relax.
Yeah, I've got boundaries.
Yeah, here's my boundaries. Stop being so nice. Give me something to work on. I don't think settling is never a good idea. I don't care if you're 90. You know, settling is a terrible, terrible idea for you.
Yeah, for anybody.
Dating is supposed to be fun. Relationships, especially that first year, is supposed to be, you know, a lot of fun. Not so much tension and hard work. I think you're going in the right direction. With every failed relationship, you learn something new about yourself. What your picker is. Hey man, is my picker off? Am I picking the wrong people? And what am I excited about? Am I excited about things that I know are bad for me? You know, these questions should be asked.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I kind of want to do now too, because I watched I'm in the middle of a Bachelor in Paradise. They had a prom. They had a Bachelor 80s themed prom for all of these millennials who grew up in the early 2000s. And
when I watched that prom, I imagined Pat watching it and then stabbing himself to death with a pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bachelor is written.
I see Pat going, I don't know what's happening, right? I can't take humanity's just, it's gone. It's too, I can't. Yeah. I have to stab myself with a pencil.
It's so fucking funny how they didn't know there was a prom. The girls didn't know there was a prom. Then they surprised them with a prom. And then the guys who are in relationships who want to like do something nice for the girls they're in the relationship with, go out of their way to find cute ways to ask their girls to prom, and they feel super special. And then they're called
promposals, and they weren't around when I was going to prom. Neither was recorded music. But now promposals are a big deal. Like True had a promposal, and a promposal can fuck you over because somebody makes a big promposal in front of everybody. It's hard to turn them down.
Yeah.
And True got promposaled into, she got bamboozled.
She got promboozled.
She got promboozled.
Was she like forced into a corner to say yes, essentially?
Yeah.
Oh, poor True.
Guy came to her work.
Oh no.
And brought his best friends, these girls.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do the prom. I mean, if we ever go back to quarantine, God forbid, I'm throwing a prom.
Did you go to prom in high school?
No, I didn't go to prom.
Was it a big deal?
No, not. I mean, I guess I didn't care about going to prom, and I don't care about going to prom now. But you know, I'm the date boy, so date boys got to have date ideas. Guess who's throwing? It's going to be like a late '90s prom where we're almost into the 2000s, so everyone's going to be worried about Y2K. I'm gonna have an old Mac. Stop fucking looking at me with that face. I'm gonna have an old Mac that's gonna like say warning, warning. You know, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna spend a bunch of money on this date idea.
I think it's a good time to say we'll be right back.
Cool.
Hey, if you're a writer, performer, or creative in any way, then you might benefit from my coaching program. I've written several best-selling books and toured the world as a stand-up comedian and started a band called the Reigning Monarchs. Whatever creative path you choose but feel stuck on, don't worry, because I can get you unstuck. For more information, go to GregoryBehrendt.com/coaching and sign up. You'll also find this link in the show's description, and I can help you if you have relationship problems as well.
This is the theme song for What Does This Mean song. The theme song for What Does This Mean song. We'll read a self-help quote, and they're definitely not memes. Memes are something completely different than quotes. Quotes are supposed to help you through all the bullshit in your life. And memes are like that poster of that cat hanging from a tree. And it says, hang in there, baby, or Monday. Am I right? Mondays, am I right? So if you can think of a different title, then we'll probably change it.
What? What does this mean?
What does this mean?
What does this
What
mean?
does this mean?
Hey
What
guys,
does this mean?
what does this mean? To you, Scott sent one to our Gmail, dtbffpodcast@gmail.com. It's a picture. It's a picture of a hole, a deep hole, and it says, "This is a Dave Downtown meme. I've been down here for 20 minutes. You should be seeing results by now." I don't know what you
I
want
love the
from
phrase.
me.
I love the phrase "seeing results."
Yeah. Hey, you hired me for a job, okay? One job. I'm Dave Downtown, all right? And not for nothing, but I'm pretty good at what I do. So I've been at least 20 minutes. You should be seeing results by now. I feel like a cat, and this is no fun. So let's get it together, you guys. Katie Jones sent one in. She says she found little squirt. And it's a picture of a guy with a squirt gun putting hand sanitizer into it. And it says, "Time to handle this pandemic myself." Yo, dog. I'm coming at the coronavirus, G. I got my 2 water pistols. There would no way that it would come out good enough. Like, it would just sort of dribble out. It would be disgusting. It'll be crusted over too. I'm gonna come at this coronavirus, baby. Emma sent one. She goes, "Hi team. Emma here from Melbourne, Australia. I saw this and thought of you guys. Love you all, especially Pat. Wink emoji."
Whoa!
Oh,
Thirst trapping.
Popsicle patting. You know
The
what
sailor.
it is.
You know who it is.
Toot toot. Oh, what's that? This is my impression of Popsicle Pat. Just popsicle juice dropping onto his chest. Oh, huh? Oh, didn't see you there.
Oh, no.
What was that?
Surprise!
Surprise! Are you taking pictures? Sure, you could post them. And I don't even know you. Wow, she's got a crush on Pat all the way from Australia. That's right, Pat is single. DMs are open. Not everybody is aware that he's fuckboy Pat for a reason.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I thought of something you could do. I saw J.Lo do this, so I think it'd be perfect for you, Pat.
Sure, that makes sense.
She took nude pictures of herself, and then she went on Instagram and she showed them really quickly from her phone, and then turned them around, and then showed you another one, turned them really quickly from her phone. She just was like, J.Lo's fully with Ben Affleck, but she's still thirst trapping.
Loves the thirst trap. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Oh, no.
So a completely nude Pat.
No.
Steve Agee takes a bunch of pictures for him, airdrops them to your phone. Then you jump on Instagram and ha ha.
Oh, no.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
Come on, Pat. Intrigue the people.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
It's funny how often I think of both J.Lo and Pat at the same time.
Not a lot of people can see, because if you watch the show, because on Patreon, if you go to Patreon and you throw in $1, you can see the full episode and see our faces and see us talk to each other. And, you know, his waist is cut off, but not everybody knows that Pat has a huge ass. He is the personification of the peach emoji.
No.
Yeah, he's got a thick bank.
He really does. In the gym, they call him squats.
Oh, no.
They call him Sasquatch. Anyway, Emma says that she saw this sign. "I love you. You're probably thinking you don't even know me, but if people can hate for no reason, I can love."
Okay, that's good. I like that. That's super positive.
That is, it's really positive.
Yeah.
You can hate somebody for no reason. You can also love them for no reason.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You should start because I know we're gonna then get when our listeners are going to want to see Pat's big badonkadonk, and so I think that you should start an Instagram strictly for your ass.
Oh no.
Not an Instagram. It should be a TikTok.
Oh, it should be a TikTok. Yeah. And it's just thirsty squats. And you should pick stuff up with it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. In the old days, we used to call those grip 'em ups.
Yeah. Should have a quick grip 'em up TikTok. Pat talk, and all he does is pick things up with his butt cheeks. Oh, God. Want me to stir your coffee? Oh my God. So Laura sent one in that says, believe in yourself, especially when no one else will. Sasquatch. Whoa. And you're Sas squats. You guys kind of like look the same. Very positive. It's a positive episode today.
Yeah.
Which is what we want.
I wouldn't pay anybody for that, though.
No.
Like if somebody called me for coaching and I said that to them, I would expect they'd ask for their money back.
Sure.
Hey, you know what? Just believe in yourself when nobody else will, including me.
They're like, do you believe in me? Not really. And that's why you got to believe in yourself. Damon sent one in that says, maybe you're stuck because you're pushing a door that says pull.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Figure out which doors in your life require pushing and which ones require pulling.
And hey, check this out. As a door-to-door salesman, my doors go both ways. You want a door open, pull, push? You go to davedowntown.com/doors. My door will swing open always. Don't buy a door from Dave Downtown. There's no locks on it.
I have one I found this week that says, I no longer accept verbal apologies, only changed behaviors. I thought that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I got that. That's from Jane Weedland, again from the Go-Go's. It's the second time I've taken a quote of hers.
You love the Go-Go's.
I do love the Go-Go's. I opened for them in Las Vegas.
Ooh, how was that?
For a week. It was amazing.
Was it cool?
I met Brian Setzer. My other job was to walk Belinda Carlisle back to her hotel room after the show because they didn't want to pay for security. And I was a little bit beefier then.
Were you?
Yeah, she didn't talk to me, but that's all right.
What?
Yeah, she didn't talk to me.
That makes sense. All right. Yeah, I can understand.
But Jane did. She was super, super sweet.
I've got one here. As you heal, your attractions change too. Toxicity stops looking like excitement, and peace stops feeling like boredom.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah, man. We get messages in some of the workshop stuff. A couple workshops, people come in and they're like, it's my relationship is pure chaos and I don't know what I should do. And then another person will be like, I got a guy, he's super boring and I want to leave and he's really nice to me and I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah, it really does.
We got, hey guys, do you remember when I threw away Raina's flowers on accident?
Mm-hmm.
And I got messages after messages after messages about it.
Did you? What did most of the messages say? What was the sort of aggregate point of view?
Nothing like they're nothing like where they're like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. They're just like, oh no, not the flowers, Kane. Like they all were like, oh, don't throw away her flower. I'm listening to it right now. Kane, don't throw away the flowers. And then and then she gets to the part where I throw them away and they're like, no, not the flowers. So I got messages about that. And we shared the story on the show. And a listener, Megan, sent one in that says, hey, Greg, Kane, and Popsicle Pat, I have those flowers belong in the trash story too. Kane's story erupted this memory from the pits of my brain. So a few years ago, I was house sitting for an old coworker of mine while her and her husband, Rod, went away on a holiday. I don't know why in hindsight I did this exactly, but I threw away all their cheese. It was really old and I'm talking years out of date. And I think I had a thought process of something like the cheese is still in the fridge because of laziness, but I don't know why I had to throw it away. A few days after I threw away the cheese, I seen one of Rod's mates at the pub. And in conversation, he mentions to me that Rod loves his rancid cheese. Or loves his cheese rancid, one of those two phrases, and tells me a story of how Rod had all these cheeses in his backpack when they went to India in the summer and was just frothing over all his bagged cheese. So I was thinking, am I fucked? I have thrown away this man's precious, purposeful, old, and potentially dangerous cheese. And I went out the next day and bought all this in-date cheese in hopes that it would give off the illusion that I just ate it and then replaced it. They came back from holidays and I could not get out of the house quick enough. There were a few other small but well-intentioned mishaps too, including a rug I ripped a hole in that once was a big rug but now was a smaller rug. I cleaned it, but then accidentally shrunk it, and then I ripped a hole in it, trying to expand it back out again. I left the country soon. I left the country soon after, and I haven't spoken to them since. I am still not sure if I have the maturity to be able to deal with that sort of conversation. And I also don't know what the takeaway lesson is for Kane and I. I really don't. It could maybe be something along the lines of only do what a ghost would do when you are alone in someone's home. But that lesson kind of falls a little bit flat when you remember that ghosts throw around paperwork and smash plates and stuff. But they wouldn't throw cheese or flowers in the trash, so maybe it has some merit. Anyway, that is my story. Love you guys from Australia, Megan. P.S. Greg, please start an Oh, This Asshole segment.
Oh, this asshole.
Oh, this fucking asshole.
What about the guy that collects cheese?
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I mean, Pat, you would know more than us.
Yeah,
is there
you're the
any
cheese
validity
guy.
into hanging on to old cheese?
There is a segment of the British population that enjoys cheese that is so far gone that if any American took a look at it, they would be like, why wasn't that in the trash a year ago?
Isn't it bad for you?
There are risks associated with that, but apparently some people have iron constitutions and can do it. I've seen that at cheese shops here in the States, but it is fairly rare to see old, rancid, molding cheese in a cheese shop.
Okay. All right. So you can eat old moldy cheese and nothing can happen to you, essentially? Dude, how the fuck do you even find out about that?
When I think about that cheese, I imagine it on a dirty plate on the floor next to an uncovered mattress.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Panties are next to it.
Yeah.
Did you want to clean that up? No. That's my old cheese corner.
I'm still eating that.
I'm still eating that. There's just like big furry mold on top of it. Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I'm still eating that.
All right. Well,
yeah, no, I'm good. No, I'm good.
It smells.
Sit down next to me on the bed. Sit down next to me on the bed.
Mike, I don't want to be rude or anything, but like the smell in here, it's a lot.
Oh yeah. I got a new cologne.
Oh no. It's like a combination of, cheese and feet, which is almost still just cheese. Like, you know what I mean? You want to go to my place?
No, I'm comfortable. I'm super good.
Okay.
Let's turn the heat up.
What? No, I'm good on that. I'll just put my jacket on. I'll just put my jacket on and stand.
We'll be right back.
like to share some praise that goes my way, or goes for the whole show, but especially if it goes my way, Daniela sent a message to me that said, I just discovered your podcast last night and I fucking love you. I'm hooked. And then I said, thank you. And she says, by the way, love the silent date idea. I'm just going to keep chalking them up, man. Even though I've pushed that idea to the side and now I'm on to late 90s Y2K prom date idea. That's my new one. And I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do it. I'm going to chalk up silent date positive section.
Good luck.
Thanks, man.
Good luck with that. That's exciting for you.
Would you like to come? Would you like to come to my late 90s Y2K prom? Either one of you are both invited.
Even Hitler had fans.
Okay. I don't need that comparison. Oh, okay. We have an update. Remember Alan's story about the lady he met at the festival and he didn't read the signals right, and then
at the podcast festival,
and she was flirting with him and super touchy, and they even had some inappropriate jokes that went off without a hitch. Found out they have a very similar sense of humor, and seemed like everything was coming up Millhouse. And then when the night came around, he didn't pull the trigger, and was hoping to meet her at that podcast that they both flew from Seattle to go to. And then that's where it ended. He just sent an update. This is the first. I'm reading it, and you guys will be hearing it. Let's all go on this journey together. All right. So Alan says, I do have an update for you guys about the girl I met in Denver, but it's not all that exciting. Oh, I did see her a couple more times at the podcast and at a few other shows throughout the festival, but each time there wasn't really a good opportunity for me to slide in and redeem myself because she was always mid-conversation with her friends and all that. However, I'm confident enough that with how close we live to each other, I'm bound to see her again, and this time I'm determined not to fuck it up for myself.
No.
Yeah, no.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's not an update, Alan.
I'm gonna see her.
Seattle's a big place, Alan. I've lived in Seattle my entire life. It's huge. Did you get her number at least? Did you get her Instagram? Those are updates. So I saw her from across the room.
A couple of times. I'm letting you know that I had more than one opportunity to go over and say, hey, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
But, we kind of, remember me? I'm Alan. Remember when we, remember, you have an in. You just were walking around like a fart. Alan, don't be a fart. Hit us back. Let us know. Did you get her contact information? Are you DMing her, and are you gonna run into her on a date in Seattle? Let us know. I gotta know. Come on, Alan.
Yeah. Let us know, buddy.
And we got a Reddit remix. Reddit remix. My boyfriend is very noisy during foreplay, and it seems over the top to me. Like a. Oh my God. Oh, I don't like where this is going, and I love it. My partner is great at actual sex. That's what a funny sentence. At actual real sex, he's pretty good at it. But he is very noisy and fast for everything from kissing to groping to licking. Basically, he does very loud moans for everything and smacks his lips very loudly during kissing. God. It genuinely hurts my heart when you do that. I'm the opposite, as I am quite quiet during sex. I do moan, especially during penetration, but I don't moan much when we're kissing or I'm going down on him. I've asked him if he can be a bit quieter, and he doesn't understand. I would love to see the look on his face. Like a dog when you ask, like when you're trying to find out if a dog needs to go to the bathroom and they're like, I would love that's his look on his fucking face. He says he likes to express that he's enjoying himself, but it seems really over the top and kind of forced. For example, we're just kissing from the very start. He's like, big lip smack. And it's really fast, and he smacks his lips every time, so it's every second or less.
Oh my God.
When he goes down on me, oh my God.
Yeah.
And this is her the whole time. What? Not even quiet for 1 second. The whole time he's going, is this Dave? The whole time. Like the more noise equals the better the sex for him. I'm not sure if I have the right to stop him if he truly enjoys making noises so much, but it's a bit of a turnoff for me. What are your thoughts on the noisy partner?
I would run some tape. I would video.
You know, it's funny.
I think if he knew what he was doing, if he knew how it came off.
It's like when you can tell someone's acting, you're just like, oh, then I'm watching a movie or I'm watching a play instead of being immersed in the story itself. And that's sort of what this feels like, where he's like, okay, it's right before his sex, we're like gonna foreplay, which is smart. Everyone should be doing that. It's a great way to rev up the engine. Sex doesn't need to be very long if you guys have like warmed each other up before you get right down to business. But if you're just going like, zip, and it's like, oh, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I've had girlfriends who've asked me, like, they ask me, like, do straight guys, because they'll have boyfriends or dates that go and they'll have sex with a guy and they won't make a fucking peep. Like they'll just sit there, they'll just like lay there or lay on top of them like serial killers and just be like, and so then I remember one girl asked me, she's like, do guys who don't moan like think it's gay or something to moan during sex? Like she was genuinely asking if like emotionally we can't get behind moaning. And I'm like, I make noises when it's appropriate for when I'm feeling good. And I enjoy when I hear good noises from her. So that fuels me. So I'm not shy about my noises. What a weird sentence. But
if you watch adult features, the guy doesn't make any fucking noise until he comes. And even then, but there's no like, oh, like if you're watching a porn, the guy's going, oh God. Oh, baby. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yuck. It really takes you out of it. You're like, oh, shut up.
I think you should really record them.
Playing back for him.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a great idea. And then they can watch game tape and she can, all right, so here, see how this is, look at my face. See this noise? Look at my face.
That would be great if she did one of those things like a POV, like she's holding the phone and she's filming him between her legs. And he's going, whatever noise he's making. And then she turns it back to her face and goes, look at me. Not digging it. Look at my face. Look at my face. Yeah. It's not digging it. Yeah.
Like whenever you sit in silence, you're not sitting in silence. There's still the noise of nature. You know, there's still noises around. Somebody's making some kind of noise. So you're never just sitting in quiet, you know? And with the same thing, if you're going down on a girl, you don't have to make noises. You're already making noises by going down on her. You're making the noises already. You don't have to make sound effect noises like you're not doing it.
It's just like people who make noise when they eat.
I mean, get his consent. Obviously, get his consent and go, hey, I think we should record ourselves.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And then let him just do his thing. Don't give him any notes beforehand.
No direction. And then maybe he'll come to the conclusion himself. He'll be like, I'm making a lot of noise.
Yeah. I can see where this could be distracting.
Yeah, there's a happy medium, you know? There's guys who don't make a fucking peep that makes you look like you're insane. And then there's guys who seem like you don't actually enjoy this and you're trying to convince yourself you're having a good time with all of your noises. Let's try to meet in the middle.
You can email us at dtbffpodcast@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also hit us up on Instagram at DTBFF podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hit Kane up at Kane Holloway. You can hit Pat up at DTBFF producer Pat. Right? Is that right?
That's
and
right.
It's Gregors. And it's Gregors. Hit us up. Let us know how you're doing. Ask us a question. We've got answers.
Also, you can call in the show. What's that number, Pat?
That number is 323-379-5544.
Don't take bullshit from fuckers.
Hey there, if you like the show, you can find bonus episodes and more at our Patreon at patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. And then rate the show 5 stars on iTunes because it's the right thing to do. All music by the Rating Monarchs, produced by Patrick Kelly.